Hello and welcome. My name is Frances and I will be taking you through a 30-minute chair yoga class for everyone. That is right. This class is for everybody, as long as you have a chair. Now, depending on the chair that you might be using today, we might make a few modifications throughout the class. If you do have a chair without the armrest, then we'll be using that today. And if not, that's okay as well. So depending on the floors that you might be on today, I have parquet floors here, so if you have tiles or marble floor, whatever it is, if it's slippery, then you're going to want to have your yoga mat underneath your chair, and that's going to help lock this in so it doesn't slip, all right, and move around on you. If you're in a wheelchair, then just make sure it's in the lock position. Other than that, let's begin our class. We've got a little bit of everything today. We're going to work on our strength, flexibility, and balance. And also keep in mind throughout the class, if we're not able to do the upper body movements, then do the lower body movements. And if we can't do the lower body movements, then do the upper body. Make this class accessible and wonderful for you. All right, so let's begin. We'll have ourselves sitting into the chair. And if we're able to, we're going to bring ourselves right to the edge of the chair so we're able to have our feet into our mat or into the floor. And if we're not able to get them down, another option is to place yoga blocks underneath your feet, so we feel more grounded and supported. With our feet about hip width apart, hands to thighs, let's sit nice and tall, starting good seated posture. Then we can relax our shoulders, close our eyes, and start to bring focus to our breath. Breathing softly. And allowing our mind to relax. Any thoughts we're holding on to, let's put them aside as we take this time to connect to our mind, body, and breath. Feel ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to begin as we start to warm up and stretch the spine. Let's begin with our neck. What we're going to do here is tilt right ear to right shoulder, and then tilt left ear to left shoulder. Tilting our head from side to side. And that stretch through the side of our neck. Let's bring our head back to center. We're now going to nod our chin down towards our chest and then lift our chin up towards the ceiling. Nod the chin down towards our chest and lift our chin up towards the ceiling. So now we'll feel that stretch through the back of the neck and into our throat. Now let's bring our head back to center. We're now going to rotate our neck. So let's look to the right side. And then we'll look to the left side. Looking to the right. And then the left. Noticing that flexibility we have today through the neck. So we can see the cervical spine, which is the neck, and move in many different directions. It's the most flexible part of the spine. Now let's bring our head back to center. And we're going to warm up and stretch the rest of our spine into seated cat and cow. So you can hold onto your knees for support. We're going to stay connected with our breath. On the inhale, we're going to lengthen our spine, lift our heart and chin and look to the ceiling. Then as we exhale, we're going to round the spine, leaning back as we separate shoulder blades and tuck our chin in towards our chest. So inhale, lengthen our spine, lift our heart and chin. Then exhale, rounding the spine as we tuck the chin in. Inhale. And then exhale. So you can continue here with your breath. Start to notice how the rest of your spine is feeling today. Let's make sure that everything feels good in our body. We never feel any pain. And the next time we inhale, we're going to lengthen our spine and look straight ahead. We're going to continue to warm up as we come into our seated sun salutations. Let's start with our hands at prayer. On the inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, palms together, and then we're going to exhale, fold forward. Let's inhale the flat back. We can have the hands to shins, lift heart and chin. Then we exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, coming back up to sitting, palms together. And as we exhale, let's draw them down to our heart center. Again, let's inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale to flat back. And then exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, palms to our heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, bring them down to our heart center. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, bring them down to our heart center. So these sun salutations help to warm up the body and improve circulation. So now we're going to start to work on our strength and balance. So lots of options, seated and standing options with this one. Now as we begin with our boat bows, really focusing on our abdominal strength. So here we're going to have our feet and our knees together. And if we can, we're going to be right onto the edge of that chair. Now let's start as we pull the belly in towards the spine and engage the abdominals. From here, we're going to tilt back, leaning back, but try not to lean into the chair if we can avoid that here. Let's reach those arms ahead. See how those abdominals are responding here. They're feeling quite strong. We want more, then go ahead and lift your feet. Okay, the knees are bent, the toes are pointing towards me. Try not to hold the legs. See if you can keep reaching forward and let your abdominals do the work. We really feel this in the lower abdominals, which are the transverse abdominals, but the center abdominals are working as well. And those are our rectus abdominals. And in today's class, we're going to be working all three areas. Now keep breathing here. Now hands can grab hamstrings, and we can lower those feet and bring ourselves back up. We're going to come now into our seated star pose. So for star pose, this is going to get into the side abdominals. So let's start actually as we lengthen our spine, pull the belly in, and open the arms out to a wide V as we spread the fingers. So chest is opening proud. From here, we're going to lean over to the right side. So this is where we start to feel the side abdominals supporting. If you'd like to take it further, you're going to extend the left leg out to the side, point the toes. Those toes can touch down, or you can lift them up just about an inch or two. And do a bit of balance work here. So just seeing where you're able to take your balance today. As I always say, it's not about being perfect, it's about being present. So where can we hold today? So if the toes are up, you can lower that foot down. Let's bring ourselves back up, release the arms, and bring that foot back in. Let's try that now on the other side. So belly in towards spine. Let's open the arms out to that wide V, spread the fingers, chest is proud. And then from here, we're gonna lean over to the left side. See how this feels for this side of the body. We need to take it further. We're gonna extend the right leg out to the side, legs straight, toes pointed into the floor. And if we still need more, we're gonna lift those toes. Now if those toes are up, bring them back down. You can lower that foot. As you bring the torso back up, release the arms down, and let's bring that right foot back in. So now we're gonna be coming into starfish. So we're gonna be putting both poses together. So it's gonna look like a combination of boat and star pose. So here in starfish, feel free to start with your feet and knees together and draw the abdominals in. So like our star pose, we're gonna open the arms out to that wide V and spread the fingers. And like our boat pose, we're gonna tilt back on that incline. And if we can, we avoid our back touching the chair. But if you do require that support today, that's all right as well. See how this feels. We like more. Let's take it into the starfish as we extend the legs out and point the toes. Definitely some challenging balance work here. Some good core strength we are building around through that midsection. Keep holding, keep breathing. You can do this. A few more seconds here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Come back up, hands to thighs. All right, we're going to continue to work on our strength and balance and coming to our seated staff pose. So with our seated staff pose, it's all about good posture, lots of length into the spine. So if you need support for your back, then by all means, bring yourself back up against the chair. Okay, we still want to sit up straight here. Okay? If not, we're going to stay at the edge of our seat. And I will be showing a standing option as well. We'll begin with the seated option. So as we sit nice and tall, pulling belly in towards spine, we're gonna lift the right leg here. So we're gonna lift that foot. You can start with this if needed. Taking it further, you're gonna extend your leg forward. So the foot is flexed, the leg is straight and strong, and the toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Now make sure you didn't start to slouch. Sit tall, and let's bring those arms up alongside our ears. Shoulder distance apart as we reach up to the ceiling. This is a great pose to help improve posture. Now stay here. For those of you that would like to come into the standing option instead, you're going to bring yourself up to the side of your chair. So holding onto the chair for support, so we're nice and close. We're standing tall, and your left foot is going to remain grounded. Now lift your right foot, flex the foot, and if we can, we're going to extend that leg forward. Feel that working to your quadricep. That right arm comes up alongside her. You're going to reach to the ceiling and continue to stand tall. And if you're in that seated option, you can release from that now. And here in our standing option, we can release as well. All right, so we're now going to go to the other side. So if you're standing, take yourself over to the other side of your chair. And then from here, we'll set ourselves up again. So let's start as we lengthen the spine, drawing the abdominals in, and that right foot will stay grounded. Let's lift the left foot, flex the foot, and you can stay here, or for more, we're extending. that left leg straight ahead. Now let's bring that left arm up alongside our ear, reaching up to the ceiling. And if you're in that seated option, bring both arms up alongside your ears. Continue to hold and breathe. This is our last pose for building strength and working on balance. Now let's all release, lower arms and leg. All right, as we start now to work on our flexibility, we're going to come into a forward bend. There will be a standing and seated option. So as I start with the standing option, you're going to turn and face your chair. You'll have your feet hip width apart. And right from your hips, you're going to hinge forward. So you're going to rotate the pelvis, and the pelvis tailbone is going to start to tilt up. You can bring your hands into the chair, giving you that support. So feeling this stretch into the calves and hamstrings. And keeping those legs nice and straight. If we need a deeper stretch, you can take it down to the forearms. You should definitely be feeling more. And also the option to rest your forehead into the chair. Relax your neck. And for those of you that are coming into the seated option, from here on the edge of our chair, we have our feet hip width apart, and we're just going to fold the body forward. So you can slide the hands down the legs, just letting your arms dangle here. Relax your neck, head is heavy. Feel a nice stretch and release through your back. Now let's make our way slowly back up. And that's seated or standing option. And from here, we're all going to bring ourselves to sitting into the chair. So again, if we can, we're going to sit to the edge of the chair, having our feet grounded, using those blocks again if needed. And as we sit tall, work on the flexibility through the upper body, starting with the shoulders. So let's bring the right arm across the chest. You can draw the arm in. And let's stretch through the right side of the shoulder. Let's release that right arm. Roll the shoulders a few times, loosen up. And we'll go to the other side. So let's bring that left arm across and gently pull it in for a deeper stretch. Arms can release. Roll the shoulders, loosen up. And we'll now stretch our triceps, the back of our arms. Let's reach the right arm up, down our back, touch the spine. You can stay with this if needed. If not, left hand on elbow. Have your elbow tilt up to the ceiling. There is the option as well to come into a bind where we take the left hand behind, reach and grab a hold of our fingers. If we can't quite reach, that's all right. Just keep your hand on your elbow and keep that elbow facing up to the ceiling. Hands can release, lower arms, and roll the shoulders, loosen up. Especially if we're in that bind, it's a stretch as well for the shoulders. So other side, we'll reach the left arm up, down our back, touch the spine. Your choice to stay here. You can take that hand on elbow, elbow tilts up to the ceiling. Or coming into that bind, right hand behind, reach, grab a hold of your fingers, and clasp the hands. Hands to release, lower arms, roll the shoulders, loosen up. And now we're going to be coming into a seated twist. So option to take it into a gentle twist. We can sit nice and tall to begin with. Bring our hands to prayer at our heart center. So for the more gentle twist, we're going to keep that length in our spine and our hands at prayer, and twist our spine as we open up towards the right side. So it might be just a bit of a small twist. You want to keep the lower body grounded, feet grounded into the floor. But feel free to twist through the neck as well as you look over your shoulder. For those of you that might wish for a deeper twist today, you're going to have your feet and knees together, so thighs touch. And you're going to be leaning forward here, bringing your left upper arm to outer right thigh. The next time you exhale, press that arm into the thigh and twist deeper as the palms come towards heart center. Draw shoulders away from your ears and look back at your right elbow. So twists are great for helping to increase the flexibility of the spine. They also massage the internal organs, which can help improve the digestive system, release any gas or bloating. So lots of internal benefits in this pose and many other poses we practice today. As we look back to the front, slowly untwist and release from prayer. Let's try it on the other side. Again, for the gentle twist, feet into your mat, hip width apart, sitting tall, hands to prayer. As you exhale, you can start to twist through the spine as we twist towards the left side. Continue to twist as you look over your shoulder. For those of you that are coming into the deeper twist, you can bring your feet, knees together, lean forward, and bring your right upper arm to outer left thigh. Exhale, pressing to that thigh, twist deeper. Palms towards heart center, shoulders draw away from ears, and look back at your left elbow. So lots of work today for the spine. And there's that saying, you're as young as your spine feels. So hopefully with all the stretching today, feeling more mobile, that we're going to feel 10 or 20 years younger. As we look back to the front, slowly untwist And let's release from prayer. All right, we're gonna come now and take our feet wide to stretch the inner thighs and groin. So we can bring ourselves a little further back in the chair if we like. We're gonna be taking those knees open nice and wide. So the feet are wide as well. The toes are turned down on an angle. So we're probably feeling a stretch in the inner thighs and groin here. Let's sit nice and tall. We're gonna be adding in a side bend. So another stretch for the spine. Let's bring the right arm up alongside our ear. And you can always focus on that length here if needed. If not, we're gonna bring that left forearm onto left thigh and reach over to the side. So you should be feeling this into the right lat and oblique, and those muscles are right along the side of the rib cage here. Now let's make our way back up from that side bend. We'll go to the other side. So we're gonna reach that left arm up. Yeah, we can hold here, nice and tall. We like more. Let's bring that right forearm onto right thigh and reach over to the side. Reach out through the fingertips. You're starting to look down and round. Lift your chest up higher. Bring ourselves back up and release the arm down. All right, we're gonna bring those legs back in and bring ourselves back to the edge of the feet. So we can have our feet into our mat, right into the floor. We're gonna come to our eagle pose. This is gonna be a nice stretch for those outer hips as well as the upper back. So let's begin here, feet, legs together. Right, so with the lower body, we're gonna take the right leg, cross it over the left. So we're crossing as tight as we're able to today. And as we continue to sit tall, we're gonna add our eagle arms. So as we begin with cactus, bring the arms in, bring your right upper arm on top of your left. So we're crossing very tightly. The arms are gonna wrap around and palms come together. So we sit tall, feel that stretching the upper back. If we need a deeper stretch, go ahead and lift the elbows. This gets right in between the shoulder blades. Now let's lower the elbows, unravel arms. We're gonna cross that right leg and cross over our left. Crossing tightly as we sit tall and add our eagle arms. As we begin in cactus, the arms come in. This time we're gonna bring the left upper arm on top of the right. Arms will wrap around, palms together in prayer. If we need that deeper stretch, go ahead and lift the elbows. Let's lower the elbows, unravel arms, and we'll cross that left leg. So bringing ourselves here, sitting into the chair, finding a comfortable seated position. If your back needs support, then you can move yourself now to the back of your chair. Have our hands onto thighs, relax shoulders. close our eyes, moving into our relaxation and meditation. So start to scan your body from the tips of your toes all the way out through the crown of your head. Notice an areas you're holding on to, and now letting go. And allow your mind to relax. Any thoughts you're still holding on to, put them aside and focus on your breath. Allow your mind and body to experience complete relaxation. And for any healing that needs to take place, to happy now. Bring your awareness back into the room. Deepen your breath. Slowly waken your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Time you can open your eyes, and we'll end with a deep inhale. Sweep our arms above our head, bring palms together and draw them down to your heart center. The divine in me honors the divine in you. May there be peace in your heart and the world around you. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed your 30-minute chair yoga class for everybody. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. Any comments, you can always leave them below. Other than that, take care of yourself, be safe, and I hope to see you back here soon. Bye for now.